Hey all, what's up? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel Study Desk of Anand, and I am welcoming all of you for SQL tutorials. So in this tutorial we are going to cover the DDL commands, and finally we are get a chance to hands-on with the SQL queries. So let's get started. So in this tutorial we are starting with the DDL command. So the first DDL command is a create. So create command is used to create an object. So it creates objects like databases, tables, trigger, index, functions, and store procedure, and many other data objects. But in this video tutorial we are going to cover only two objects as of now, so as we have just started. So we are going to cover database objects like database, and we are creating a table. So syntax for creating a table is very straightforward, like it's create, this is a command, and table, it is also an keyword, and the table name, here we are providing the table name, whatever name we wanted to give as a table. So we can give our own table name. So here, like we are going to create a table for employees, so I will give a name as a employee is my a table name. And then we have attributes, so columns, like we will keep provide a column name here, so we can create as many number of columns we want in the tables. So let's see in a practical. So first of all I will create a new database. So it is very simple, right click on a database and just click on new database option. So here a new window will pop up. So just give a name of the database. So I'm just giving a demo underscore db. So this will be my database. And here in a SQL server, these two parameters are very important, this MDF and LDF. If you can see the path, so the first one is MDF and second one is LDF. So what is MDF and LDF? So MDF is a physical file location where actual data of a database is stored. If you just see a path, so by default it is on E drive of SQL 29. So I am keeping this as is. And for LDF is a logical file when we do a query, when we do a query on table, so some log file will be created. So that log file is a temporary file and it needs to be stored somewhere. So this all the SQL query that the SQL server is generated a temporary file execution plan, so that log file will be stored in the LDF under LDF files. So right now I am just keeping the default location as is, but in the actual project it is recommended that where MDF and LDF file will store, so it should have enough space. Like in a real scenario we should have a like millions and trillions of data, so it should be like we should have a drive should be having enough space. Yeah, so just I'm clicking on OK. Yeah, so my database is created. Now I'm just click on DemoDB and just click on new query. Yeah, so a SQL editor is open. Now first of all we are going to create a table for employee. So as we have seen the syntax, like create table, table name. So I am going to create a table for employee, and I am just having attribute like ID. This is a employee ID, so employee ID is of type integer, and the second parameter I am taking as a name. This is an employee name, and oh, I missed here. So every field should be separated by comma, and my second attribute is name. So third and very important parameter of employee is a salary. So I'm taking a salary for demo purpose. It is of integer data type. And the fourth and last parameter of my employee table is a hire date on which the employee should be hired. So it is of type date. Yeah. So in SQL Server, semicolon is not a mandatory thing. If you just remove it and just execute the SQL query, still it works. So if you can execute this DDL command by clicking on this icon execute, or if you can see that there over it's saving that the shortcut is F5. So you can press F5, so still this query will work. So I'm just clicking on execute. Yeah, and table is created. So just refresh this database and just expand this. Under table you can see a new table is created, employee. If you just expand this employee table and under columns, so you can see that there are four columns that we have just created in the employee table: ID, name, salary and hire date. So this is one way to identify table is created. Another way is that like that you can just use this command sp underscore help and just fire this query. Yes, so you can see that bunch of output is being here. So the first one should be employee. This is the name of table, and owner is a DBO, is a schema owner of this, and this is of type. So user table is a type here, and you can see that created time. So on which date the table is created. And another window you can see that there are a column name. So this is ID, name, salary and hire date. Those are the four columns that we have created, and their respective types, data types is available in the type field. And the length, scale, precisions, all are right now, all fields are nullable is true. So one more thing I wanted to show you, that this is a collision. So what is this? So this is something like, if you want, right now our database table that we have created, this is a case insensitive. So if your requirement is like you need to create a table or field value as a case sensitive, so you can, while creating a table, so here if you can see that this is a Latin one underscore general underscore ci, that is a case insensitive, and underscore ai. So I'm not really sure about this, what does ai means. So if you wanted to like create your field as a case sensitive, so you can like mention the same value, instead of ci underscore ai you can mention as cs underscore ai as. So how to provide this value? It is a very simple, just name the collat and you just pass this value. Cs underscore as. Yes. So with the help of this, your table should be created, employee, and the field of name should be a case sensitive. Okay, so this is the one way to describe a table. Now the table is created and we realize that, oh, we miss one of the field from the table, that is our address. So how should we modify our field table definition to add a new column? So for that, uh, if you see my slide, so here we alter keyword we use. So this ddl keyword is used to like modify the table definition or database objects. So it like if we wanted to add a new column, so we have a syntax like alter table name and add a column and the data type of that column, and we will pass the number of pass the length of that data type. And if you wanted to modify the existing field that we have already created, so still there is a possibility we can do this with the help of this below command like alter table name, and the column that we have wanted to modify, the alter column and the column name, and we should just change the data type of it. And if we realize that there is some additional column that should not be present in the table, so we can also delete them. And this is possible with this command alter table name and drop column name and the name of field. So let's see the practicals. So first we will add the column. You can make a comment with the double hyphen hyphen. So here we are adding alter table, table name is employee, and we are adding field address, and we are passing the varchar. Data type is a varchar 40. Yeah, so I'm just executing this query, and if you just refresh it, or you can fire this query, you can do any one of them. So just I'm firing this query, so you can see that the new column is created, address of varchar, and its length is 40. And so next is like I wanted to modify in any columns. So let's say modify the name of the name column, and its length, earlier it is 20, now I wanted to make the name as a 25. So some employee is new employee and it has some bigger name, so I wanted to modify my name field. So it is something we can do like alter table, table name is employee, and the command, that is alter column, and existing column name is a name, and I wanted to modify its length by 5, so it will be 25. So if you can see here, the actual length is 20. Now after executing this query, the length should be 25, and yes, it is 25. Yeah. So now if uh, we realize that the address should not be there, because it's just be a pure employee information, and we wanted to delete one of the field, address, that we recently added. The requirement is get changed. So what we can do, we can fire a command alter table, table name is employee, and we can use this command drop column, and the name of column, so column name is address. Yeah, so if you can see that address is present here at the 5th position, so just fire this command and just describe it once again. Yeah, and the address is deleted. And the last part of this DDL commands is drop and truncated. So drop is this is a command that help to delete the objects from databases. It can delete the tables, it can delete the database, or if you create an index, view, or trigger, so that we can delete with the help of drop command. And the last DDL command for this video tutorial is truncate. So truncate is something like when table has n number of data and we wanted every data should be deleted. So instead of using a DML delete command, we can use this truncate keyword, truncate table and table name, and entire data will be deleted. The definition of table should remain as it is, but the data which present in the table will flush out. So we'll see it. So if you can see employee table that we have created. So before that I will copy this table. So if you wanted to copy any of your existing table, so you can use this syntax like select star into this is a new table name, so my new table name is emp from existing table. Yeah, so yeah. So if we just refresh the table, yeah, emp table, so entire definition with along with the data should be copied in emp. If you see the structure of the table is as is, Right now we don't have any data, but if there is an data, so data should be there in the emp table. Now for demo we are dropping a table, so we use this command drop table name emp that we have recently created. Okay. So I'm just refreshing my table, and if you can see that emp table is deleted, and as of now we don't have data in the table because this is just I was created ddl commands. So truncate I can demonstrate in the dml statement. So I will share you the how to uh, do the truncate. So this is a syntax: truncate table name. So right now I don't have a data in table, so I cannot show you uh, how the data is there and now it is not present after this truncate table command. So but anyway, when I'm going to cover and use the dml command, so at that time I will demonstrate this dml command of ddl command of truncate. So that's it for the ddl command. Till then, take care, guys, and stay safe and happy learning.